Liverpool business arrested me. Yes. On to the next one. So after my arrest, I was released on unconditional bail, and a few months later, I was then sent this notice of criminal charge. I was surprised it had gone so far, considering I was the victim of a crime and had not done anything unlawful. But I know the system to be corrupt when you're attacked in a police station and the police don't want to investigate. I attended Sefton Magistrates Court and found out that because of the charge, I would probably have to defend myself because the legal costs would have been way too high and I couldn't afford it. Yeah, considering if I was found guilty, I could only be fined. The fine was not an issue. What bothered me was possibly being found guilty of a crime I didn't commit and then having a criminal record for it. I pleaded not guilty and was requested to write a defence statement too. So this is the defence statement which I was going to rely upon in court, and it states clause 3C allows for a defence on the grounds of reasonable behaviour. On arrival at St Anne's Street Police Station, I was not causing any issues outside. I was lawfully conducting an activity that allows me to be filming in a public place. Whilst inside the police station, I was attacked by an unknown person. I believed that I conversed to the police personnel that I was upset about the fact that I had been attacked and my recording equipment knocked from my person. I requested help from police personnel to arrest my attacker, who was still in the front of me, remonstrating his innocence. The police allowed my attacker to leave the premises. I believed that I was being treated differently. Rather than being treated as a victim of crime, it was obvious that I was being obstructed in being able to seek justice. It was said to me to go outside, although then I thought this was a bit inappropriate, so I stayed within the confines of the police station. I was engaging my right to freedom of expression as part of Article 10 of the Human Rights Act. I do not believe that my behaviour consisted of causing harassment, alarm or distress. Yes. Thought I'd come out of London and come down to Liverpool. So my defence relies heavily on other people's actions rather than my actions. So let me explain. So let's start off with the detention officer. She says,
Don't be getting me in.
"Don't be getting me in."
Yeah, I'm getting you in.
Why?
And I say, "Yeah, I will be." And she says, "Why?" And then she walks towards me as if to grab my camera. So when I received her statement, she says to me, "Why are you filming?" It gets worse. So listen to this. The foyer area got crowded with 2 cages when entered the foyer area filming. I immediately asked, "Why are you filming?" The male walked towards myself with his camera, invading my personal space. I felt threatened and alarmed, as did others within the inquiry area. I felt so how can I even put it in words? Disgusted that somebody of that status would say that I walked towards her when she obviously approached me and tried to take the camera or touch my camera or touch me. But the thing is, she says, I immediately asked, why are you filming? The male walked towards myself with his camera, invading my space. When she walked towards me, invading my space. Wow. I don't usually film members of the public, so when all these people came into the foyer, I put my camera on standby. If I had just been left alone, I would have just probably walked past everybody and waited outside so I could finish my filming later when they'd all left. But one moment of madness changed everything. Because I was obviously defending myself, I had to request from the CPS what evidence they had to show that I'd committed a Section 5 offence. And this snippet audio is what they sent me. Now, the audio is from the GEO, General Inquiries Office area, okay? And that is all they sent me as an audio. Throughout the whole time that I was there, this is the only little bit of audio that they sent me. Listen really carefully. You will not hear any swearing or threatening words said by me. As you can hear, there is more than one voice. I initially have said, don't touch my phone, criminal damage, and I want him arrested. It should be quite apparent to a trained police officer that a crime has been committed. If you watch the behaviour of the woman police staff, she touches him on his shoulder. He's then leaving. But at that point, PC Fenny is still within arm's distance, actually, of the offender. But instead of recognising what I'm saying, he points to the woman and the child. Before I've managed to turn back on my camera, PC Fenny says to be quiet, stop shouting, because I'm upsetting the child. Listen, what's your, say who you are again, please?
Constable 6502, Fenny.
Okay.
Okay.
I've just been assaulted.
Do you want my help?
I've just been. What do you mean? Do I want your help? Are you a police officer?
Yes.
I've just been assaulted. I've just been assaulted.
Okay. Well, you're going to listen to me then.
Go on then. I want to hear what you've got to say.
Okay. Come outside. I'll get your details and we can.
Why am I going to go outside?
Because you're scaring the child from shouting.
Okay.
That child's
all right.
upset.
I'm going to calm down a little bit. I'm going to calm down.
If you want a report taken, go outside.
Did you see what just happened?
I didn't see because I was dealing with the blankets.
Okay, well, it's on CCTV.
That's fine, yeah. We can access the CCTV. We need to
no, but he's gone.
In order for
why are you letting him go?
Well, obviously we know who he is, don't we? Because
who is he? Who is he?
I don't know who he is.
But why didn't you stop him? He's just committed a crime. I assure you, within all that time that these loud voices was going on, the child did not make one single sound. PC Fenny's statement. I've gone to find shouting loudly about being assaulted and his phone being knocked out of his hand, and I've asked to lower his voice and to follow me outside as there was a woman and small child sat next to, and the shouting had upset the child, causing them to cry. Lies. Not once do you hear PC Fenny ask if I'm okay. Are you alright, mate? Nothing. You know the usual, you alright, mate? You okay? Nothing. So the complainant was outside the police station when I was filming content, so she already saw what I was doing. But before she came outside, she was sitting in the foyer when the guy that allegedly assaulted me had come in. When she came into the foyer, her child was already crying. In fact, PC Fenny would have heard the child crying, probably subconsciously. The child may have been hungry, so she decided to breastfeed her child.
Okay, that's a picture of right now. Okay.
That is why the child was not crying at the time PC Fenny was saying, the child is upset. The child only started to cry when the mother stopped feeding him and turned him around. At this point, the mother could have left the area, but chose to stay and gave the child an iPad to play games on. The complainant has an unrestricted view of the assault taking place and smiles at him when he's leaving the foyer area. Due to him getting in between the delivery man and the officer when the blankets were passed, the bag knocked the phone off the man's hand. The delivery man didn't even see what happened. Ah, dear. Lastly, PC Greenwood.
Are you having a
What can
laugh?
I'm not having a laugh, no.
Of course you are.
Think about this, stand up.
I'm asking my colleague
What do you mean
what sort
by-
of behaviour you've been displaying.
What do you mean, what sort of behaviour?
He came in like a bull in a china shop. Fast talking. He initially wanted to get my ID under section 50.
Okay, so what's that in relation to?
In relation to a call that we've had about someone being causing nuisance outside the building.
Yeah,
obviously
outside the building?
Yeah.
Outside the building?
Outside the
Causing
building.
nuisance
Yeah.
in what way?
In what way?
Yeah.
That's what we're here to establish, which is why I was asking my colleague what's been going on.
Oh, I'm not outside the building, I'm inside the building.
Oh, I can see that because I'm inside as well
Yeah,
talking to you.
and there's no nuisance being created outside.
Okay.
It's a public space,
That is
isn't
what we're
it?
here to establish.
But it's a public space,
so
isn't
I was
it?
carrying talking to my colleague as
Why?
I was. Okay, cheers. What sort of behaviour? Can you just tell outside for me, please? I'm just gonna. I need to require your details under section 50 of the Police Reform Act 2002.
Just 1 second.
Yeah, go
One
on.
second. Right. There's been no complaint.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm in a public place. I'm filming. I've just been assaulted.
Yeah.
Right. I've been assaulted.
Okay.
The person who assaulted me, they let go.
Okay.
Yeah.
You'll have every
And
chance to
all
do
I was
that.
doing
Yeah.
was being assertive by
Okay.
saying that I'm not going outside because
Okay.
once I'm outside,
Are you familiar with section 50 of the Police Reform Act 2002?
I am familiar with section 50.
Okay,
yeah.
what was your understanding of it?
And why would you want section 50? Under what circumstances would you want to do section 50 on me?
But what he said is that I was causing a nuisance outside. So somebody had phoned prior when I was outside and said, oh, there's somebody filming outside the police station. Come and check him out. Causing a nuisance. Anyway, when he's turned up and I'm inside, yeah, he's now suggesting that the outside nuisance has come inside. He hasn't bothered to realise that something else has taken place and it's all targeted to me. Didn't want to listen to me when I said that I had been assaulted because that would have put a different angle on the whole thing. No, didn't want to hear that. So he ended up arresting me and putting me in handcuffs because The complainant said that I was being aggressive. Actually, there was no aggression coming from me.
Okay, this makes because of the allegation of remember the public, you're under arrest for Section 5 public order.
Okay.
You didn't have to say anything, Mayor, on your defence and mentoring questions, which I want to go on to do give evidence. Okay.
He decided he was going to put on handcuffs. He wanted to assert his authority.
I'm not resisting arrest.
Yeah.
Right, I'm not resisting. Don't take the
You've
mickey.
been handcuffed due to prevent violence due to the informant inside.
So that's how I put my defence together. I looked up case law. I looked up police policies. I looked up the actual statute of being harassed, alarmed and distressed, Section 5. And also I asked for the CCTV footages from the foyer, body-worn cameras. I requested the CAD. Boy. Anyway, let me just tell you, in part 3, you'll get the outcome. Crime recording process. The crime recording rules promote a victim-oriented approach to crime recording. This means that a victim's belief that a crime has occurred is, in most cases, enough to justify its recording as a crime. And finally, I just want to bring to PC Fenny's attention His Majesty's Inspectorate of Constabulary and Fire and Rescue Services, HMICFRS. Yeah? I wonder if you've heard of this. There are many ways to report a crime incident to the police. The crime recording rules require that all reports of incidents, whether from victims, witnesses or third parties, and whether crime related or not, will result in the registration of an incident report by the police. An incident will be recorded as a crime for offences against an identified victim if, on the balance of probability, the circumstances as reported amount to a crime defined by law. The rules place an obligation on the police to accept what the victim says unless there is credible evidence to the contrary. So the following reasons aren't enough to justify not recording a crime. The victim declines to give personal details. The victim doesn't want to take the matter further, or the allegation can't be proven. The balance of probability test. In most cases, a belief by the victim that a crime has occurred is sufficient to justify its recording as a crime. An allegation should be considered as made at the first point of contact, i.e., the stage at which the victim or a person reasonably assumed to be acting on behalf of the victim first makes contact with the police, be that by phone, etc., or in person. Liverpool Police, Merseyside Police, fix up.